Next item is an item I remember taking grief for, and I was pretty excited about the purchase. And people, more than one person was like, you know, why are you buying this stuff? And you're exaggerating the price. Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. My voice might sound a little bit different. It's the morning time and I haven't had 2 cups of coffee yet, just one. I've got to film 2 videos today because we have so much headed out of here. We've had 50 items that have sold, $2,382.76. So I'm going to do 2 videos. It's a little bit in disarray here. Blue Ridge Mama and Bubba's girlfriend actually came down to pre-package a few items. That'll probably be on the next video. You'll see what's in those. That has been selling like hotcakes for us, but that'll probably be on the next video. This video, we'll be talking a little bit about eBay opinions. I get so much stuff from so many different people about the right way to sell on eBay, the wrong way to sell on eBay. How could you miss this? And why did you pick up that and all that stuff? And I want to talk about that a little bit. I want to get your opinion on it as well. Crazy good sales. Let's take a look. Sold an item that I picked up not too long ago. I picked up a bunch of these, and this one was the first one to sell. It is a pink binder. Love picking up the binder ones. These are, you know, you get fooled pretty quick because they look very similar to the Betty Crocker ones, but these are Better Homes. This is a breast cancer awareness one, of course. It's pink. And so shout out to Racks to Riches Resale out there. $13 plus shipping on that one. I think 3 viewer sales going out on this video today. This is one of them going out to Sherry. So thank you, Sherry. She says she loves the channels and looks forward to all of the videos on all the channels. Appreciate it. Hadn't sold these charts in a long time, and then all of a sudden we've sold like 3 of them. This is the one, I think. Amoeba's on the end, alphabetical. The amoeba, I mean, that one's the cat right there. That's my favorite. The amoeba sold for $110 plus shipping. I'm not going to unwrap that one. It's pretty sweet. I'll put a screenshot up here, I guess, and you can check that one out. Love that sale. If you watch the show for a while, you see me pick up JanSports bags from time to time. They're not great sellers, but if you get the right design, you can make a little money. And this one right here looked to be in pretty good shape. I think I picked this one up at the 301 for $1, I think. And there it is. Let me get it in the light for you. That one right there sold for, I like that, BFF mixed tape. That one sold for $18 plus shipping. Sold a Mickey, and you know, not every Mickey is going to sell. But I like picking up the ones that say Disney Parks on them. This one was in good shape. It wasn't dirty. It looked pretty nice. And we put it out. I don't remember what we sold it for. $14.50 plus shipping. So, you know, I'll pick these up for $1, maybe $2. You know, I usually get around $15. So they're not huge money makers, but I love doing this stuff because it's just out there. You can find it. You can make $10 profit on it. Next item is an item I remember taking grief for, and I was pretty excited about the purchase. And people, more than one person was like, you know, why are you buying this stuff? And you're exaggerating the price. Meaning the price that I put up on the screen was way more than this thing was worth. And you know what? That does happen from time to time because sometimes I'll put the video out before I actually list the item and I'm assuming things, but it happens the other way as well, where sometimes I'll sell an item. I better stop talking and get this thing straight before I keep going. For more than I thought I would sell it for, or when I buy it, it's worth more than I thought it was worth. But that Betty Boop bag was brand new. Great condition. And I think I paid $10 for it. And boy, I got ripped into a little bit. I think this is the one that had a wallet on the inside as well. And not all Betty Boop stuff's going to sell. Okay? But when you find the right name, and I'm trying to remember the name that's on the good Betty Boop stuff, we'll probably find it right here. I think maybe. Well, maybe not. That one says King Features Syndicate, but that's not what I'm talking about. There's a name that's on some of this old Betty Boop stuff. And sometimes it's not old, but you know, you can't find it. They do an initial buy and they send all this stuff out, and then it's a little harder to find, a little bit more scarce down the road. But I paid $10 for it, and it sold for $50 plus shipping. So, you know, I like that. And everybody's got an opinion about what you should sell and what you shouldn't, and what you should pick up and what you shouldn't pick up. It's kind of like Beanie Babies. And here's what I mean by that. So 99% of the Beanie Babies I've ever picked up just aren't worth selling. They're just not worth money. But there are a few out there that are worth a little bit of money, like legitimately worth a little bit of money. I'm not talking about the crazy comps on the Princess Diana bear and all that stuff. But there are some things out there that are good. It's like VHS. Most VHS is worth absolutely nothing, but there are some gems out there. And so when I'm looking at everybody's eBay opinion, you know, you can kind of sift through it and pull out the good advice and kind of throw away the bad advice. And if you're willing to do that and you're willing to admit mistakes, like somebody said I missed a Murano clown the other day in a video, and I saw it over and over and over in the video. And you know what? It's all over the comments, and people see it in the comments, and they want to repeat it anyways. And they want to repeat it anyways because we all like to be right. All of us like to be right. We all like to win. That's human nature. But if you have enough humility to look at what people are doing out there and say, you know what, I'm going to get better in that category. Look, say, oh man, I did miss that thing. Then you're going to become a better picker. You know, I went out picking with Dave and Carrie at the 127, and, you know, I learned something from Dave. I can't believe I'm saying this on everybody can hear it, but a little bit more about knives. I've seen people pick up really good knives before, and I didn't really know what to look for. I've picked up a few knives myself and done okay with them, but I'm not willing to take a chance because I don't have the knowledge. Chris Old School Picker last year at the 127 picked up some knives, and I told myself I was going to learn those. And so I learned a little bit from Dave. So you want to talk about swallowing your pride, you know, having a little humility, saying you can learn something from Dave, you know. Any rate, you know, you got to do reselling the way you want to do it. You can't know everything about everything, but if you're willing to learn, you can get better and better at it. Speaking of learning, you can learn from my videos, so I'm going to teach you a lesson right here. Here's the lesson. Do not buy these. Do not pick these up. For multiple reasons. This is a Tupperware lid seal, and it covers maybe the celery vegetable keeper thing. It's in good condition, and you know, I pick these up when I can get them in free boxes or for 50 cents or something like that. So for 10 bucks, so after fees, after shipping, you're making a little less than $5 profit on it. So it's not a whole lot of money, but man, how easy is that? And you can find this stuff everywhere. But don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth your time. Translation, if everybody did this out there, I couldn't make $4 on it, so just let me do it. Next one, I think we undersold it a little bit, unfortunately, but that's okay. It's still sold for $18 plus shipping. And it was this one right here. And I think there was a couple condition issues with it. It looks great from the outside, but there's a little damage up here and on the inside, but still sold. So I love picking these up. Normally we get a little bit more, but $18 plus shipping on that one, and we're into it just for a buck or two max. Next item is one of those Sega Game Gear games that we got out of the Game Gear itself when we were testing them. It was a surprise find, and we had 4 of those surprise finds for like a total of over $150 in profit, which was unexpected from the Motherlode sale. But this one sold for $16. Free ship, I think. So not a bad little deal for something we didn't even know we had. And we sold a few more Motherlode items, and we're going to total them all up today. The Tennessee bin, after we got back from the 127 last week, and which we'll talk about a little bit at the end of the video today. Just give some thanks for a lot of great stuff that went on there. I don't see the one I'm looking for. That's not it for sure. It's got to be in here somewhere. There it is down there. I see it. Game Boy Pocket. I think this is it, or something similar to it. I've still got this sticky stuff on it. That might not even be listed yet, but it's similar to that, and $30, I think, free ship. And that one was done as is for parts, and this one sold for $59 or $59.99. So we sold 3 today out of this sale. The second pink one sold. It's a DS. That one's pretty cool. DSi XL maybe, or just GS? Yeah, DSi XL, I think. No, just the DSi. Hot pink. That one, I don't know if it's hot pink, it's pink. But we'll put these 3 in our total for the Motherlode. See if we're getting close to that 3,000 mark. All right, here's the total, $2,748 from 720. We're not gonna quite get there, I think. I think we're gonna get in like maybe fall like $50 short. Well, you know what? We still have some calculators left, I think, too, from that sale. You know, we might get there. We might get very, very close to the $3,000 I thought. That reminds me of this, because I got a lot of criticism for saying we were going to get to $3,000 on this when I made the purchase. And that was a guess. Well, it was a guesstimate. And we're going to come really, really close to that. So, you know, if you get good at this stuff and you keep track of your sales and you keep track of your expenses, you really can have a pretty good idea of what you're going to buy. You don't of what you're going to sell. You don't always make what you think you're going to make. But when we go out picking and everybody says, you know, I made this, or I think I'm going to make this for the day, and I think I'm going to make that for the day. The reality is when I get in and I actually total it all up, it's almost always more money than you think you're going to make when you're out there in that field. It takes a lot of work to individually list things. But I find that if I think I'm going to make $1,000 off of a day of yard sailing, it's usually more like $1,200, $1,300. But there's other things, you know, there's other stuff that happens, you know, a return here or there or whatever. So it's always better to underestimate how much you're going to make, because there's a lot of expenses that go into it as well. But if you know what you're doing out there, you can end up doing pretty darn good at this stuff. Here's the second viewer sale of the day. It is some Monsters, Inc. figurines. That was really a good movie, by the way. Old school Pixar. And that one sold for like 12 bucks. It's not a huge money maker, but still pretty cool, and I love selling that stuff. Sold to Nelson. He says, been reselling for over 20 years. So you're right around that mark. I'm at like 21 years in here at this point. Very part-time until a few months ago, started full-time. I follow you on YouTube, and I love that I can still learn. That's awesome. See, that ties into what we're talking about. Hopefully you're learning not to do Tupperware lids, not to do ashtrays. There's something out there in every category, even Avon, Carrie, American Arbitrage, if you're listening, that you can make some money on. Not very many in some categories, for sure. I watch daily and call it my homework. I like it. Solo Bowl is my store on pretty much every platform out there. If you ever get a chance to look at my store and see anything that would help me, I'd love it to get your CCC. He says, comments, criticisms, and concerns. That's a skill to be able to have. You know, a lot of us are pretty sensitive to criticism. I'm used to it because I'm married to Blue Ridge Mama, and I was a public high school teacher for a long time, so I'm used to criticism. You know, and a baseball coach, you know. Parents out there, y'all are brutal. Any rate, I don't do store reviews just because I get so many requests. I mean, I've done some before, month of Sundays, but I don't know. I think there's other places, other platforms that'll give you that detailed feedback that you want, and I might not even be the best at that, right? I don't know all the little ins and outs and tricks and the algorithm stuff. I just do what I do, and I kind of use anecdotal information in order to make my decisions. But I always say go over to OBX Flip's live show on Tuesday mornings right after you watch the Trash to Cash podcast, of course. Or maybe you can watch the podcast after. And they'll usually answer your questions, and they may do that kind of stuff for you. So no promises, but Nelson, thank you so much. I really do hope that you enjoy it. Solo Bowl. That's an interesting name. I like it. Speaking of questions I get asked all the time, what would you do? Would you put those figurines in a box, or would you just throw them in a padded poly mailer? I think those particular type, because they're those hard PVC type, would do just fine in a padded poly mailer. But since we're over here talking about shipping, wanted to give a quick thank you to Brad and to John for buying plans for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table over there on CommonwealthPicker.com. We are down to 22 left of the NWO stickers. And we went and saw our buddy out there at the 127 who sold me these last year. If you're listening, give me a contact here, and we're going to run out soon. Maybe you can sell me some more. These sell for $10 free ship. Usually go to viewers, so we appreciate those sales, so thanks so much. Wherever the kids are, so go the animals, huh, Sophie? You look so sweet today. All right, bud, what'd you sell?
A plane.
A plane.
I don't know his name.
Is it a die-cast plane or is it plastic? It's a die-cast, and it's from Pixar Planes, right? Mm-hmm. Did you like that movie?
Kind of.
Kind of. Not as good as Cars, huh?
Yeah, not as good as Cars.
Yeah, well, it's all for $12. Not too bad. Free ship. So that's definitely enough for you to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
Next item is an item I bought tons and tons and tons of for 99 cents. And we're not making them a bunch, but it was one listing. We used to make more on these, but now we're just trying to get rid of the last few. And it sold for $9 plus shipping. And there were boxes of these things back in the day. So pretty happy, even if you're only making like $6, if you can do it 100 times, and it's so easy. Never breaks, never get a return. Love those sales. Sold 8-track. That came from that all or nothing sale. That was a private pick, and I put it over on the Garage Sale Nation channel. You have to find the playlist for this one if you haven't seen it. It was a massive 8-track buy, and we made a bunch of money on it. Still actually have a few of the 8-track players left. I sold a bunch in bulk to a flea market guy that I know sells that stuff, but let me see if I can find it. I think it's a white one. I think it's the Beatles. Yep, there it is right there. That one sold for $10 at the Hollywood Bowl. We'll check that out. $10 plus shipping for that one. All right, so here's the third viewer sale, and technically there were 2 viewer sales to the same viewer, so you get the point, right? This one, you may remember this from that video. Well, I can't remember what the heck we called it, but it was that gentleman flirting with the other lady at the sale, and he was willing to make a deal with me just to get me out of there so he could flirt with her. It's pretty funny. $25 for this one. This was, I think, $5. These are kind of cool. You know, the back isn't in great shape here, but the front is really cool looking to put it up in some, I don't know, billiard room or poker room or man cave, but this one's going to somebody else. The name on the account is Rachel. Saw the whiskey sign on your video and knew my mom would love it. That's awesome. Also got my son the motorcycle t-shirt, since teens now are into the 80s style. Haha, it's very true. Keep up the great work. P.S. Can you combine the shipping? Of course, we'll combine the shipping on that for sure. And we might even use this, you know, use some American Bubble Boy to wrap that thing up, of course. Links below if you want to check it out. We'll do that. If I forget, sometimes I forget, y'all, to combine shipping, because we're shipping everything out of here, and I write myself a note, and then I might do it a day or two later. But if I forget, make sure you contact me. This was my favorite from a sale. I guess we haven't aired this one yet. And there's a lot of fire in there, but as far as the non-fire goes, you know, this is Pacific and Company, right? And it's not branded Harley. But as far as that stuff goes, this was my favorite because I like that crackling on there. And it just looked like a great vintage shirt that a lot of kids out there would wear. So this was $12 plus shipping. Thank you, Rachel. I hope your mom and your, you said son, right, enjoys it. Appreciate it. Sold a club head cover, and you're going to be seeing us sell a bunch of these soon because I had a massive buy. Incredible deal on some of these. Not from Lost and Found, but this is it's an Odyssey. I don't know if it's a white hot or not. I'll have to go look, but I think this is it. $11 for that one plus shipping, and it might be one of the other ones. I'll have to dig through there, but you know, $11 plus shipping on something like that's super easy. Back to that topic, what you should sell, what you shouldn't sell, how you should do this on eBay. Should you promote listings? Should you do free shipping? All the stuff everybody disagrees on. Post your stuff, get it out there, make adjustments if need be. But back to the topic, should you sell these replacement backgammon pieces, magnetic pieces, for $3.99 plus shipping? No, you shouldn't. This wasn't the best buy in the world. I decided to pick it up because it was in a lot of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I might be able to get $10, but not so. So Myrtle Beach, no back hit at all. And this one sold for $7.50 plus shipping. Not a good buy. Here's a polo shirt. I used to pick these up all the time and just make a few bucks on them. But now I'll only pick them up if they say Pima cotton, or if they're a big pony, or if there's something interesting, patches or whatever, but plain Janes. But I picked this one up because there was a ton of them for $1 a piece. And I'm like, yeah, we'll go ahead and list it in a lot. And so we listed all the larges in a lot, and there was actually a medium mixed in. So for 15 plus shipping, which isn't bad at all. We haven't been selling much clothing lately. How are your clothing sales been going? I need to step up my clothing game, go in there and make some adjustments and get some stuff out the door. But you know what? I'll take this one. $14.07. We're into it for literally nothing. It was all given to us, so I'll take that sale. Hey, we got Reagan here, and who do we got here, Reagan?
Sophie.
We got Sophie. Did Sophie miss me when I was gone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at them fingernails. How much did that cost me?
It was a birthday present.
Birthday present. There you go. All right. How you doing, Sophs? How you doing? All right. What do you got?
Suzanne, Lee, Keith, Jackie, and Sherry.
Awesome. They bought all kinds of different stuff. T-shirts. Was there a fanny pack in there? Those have been selling lately.
Shirt. We get things moving. Something. I don't know.
Hey, I was looking, and you're going to need to do inventory again because I took a bunch of stuff to the barbecue bash, and so I didn't do inventory. So we gave some of it away. So you're going to have to go in there and fix it.
Okay.
I'm going to have to pay you to go back and inventory everything. We are out of some shirts, but you ordered those. We're good to go. And what else? What else would I want to tell you? Oh, we're out of blue hats, so we don't have any more blue hats.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to order any, though. We got plenty of black left and some pink.
Yep.
So, anyway, thank you.
Bye, and don't forget to do your stickers at CommonwealthBaker.com.
All right, y'all. I'm doing some shipping here, and I realized that there was 2 of these sales. Well, there was a pink one, which I thought was this one, but it wasn't. There's a red one as well. So we had another sale on top of that one, and this is a 3DS XL red. And this one sold for a lot more, so $120 plus shipping on that one. And now we're almost certainly going to get to that $3,000 that we talked about earlier. Total $2,848, and I have to package this one up with all this other stuff that's headed out of here. Actually, I could talk for hours about the 127 and the great times, the good friends that were there. Even though the picking was, in my opinion, slightly worse than last year. I did really good, but it was really only because I had one massive find. I had a bunch of other good ones, but at any rate, I'm excited about showing you that one, by the way. But I've got so many thank yous, and I'm just going to do a few here, sprinkle them in. Forgive me if I forgot you, but we'll get them down the road. Just gifts from people at the actual Trash to Cash podcast meetup, barbecue bash. Were bringing me gifts, and the kindness. You guys are amazing. I can't thank everybody, but, you know, Ivan, of course, you know, for the kids and gifts to them, and thank you. And AM Pickers, and I mean, I could go on and on. There's so many of you who gave me gifts, so I'm just going to say thank you to all of you right here as well. Ivan gave Turner a bat, and Reagan got a hedgehog Beanie Baby, so she just absolutely loved it. Anyway, thank you. And thank you to the sponsors of that barbecue bash, Yardaroo, Updike Family Homestead, myresellergenie.com. There's a link to that below. badcatcoffeecompany.com, code Commonwealth if you want to buy the coffee mug that I had there and all that stuff, the travel mug. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to Dave and Carrie for hosting it with me. It was really, really fun. And I enjoyed meeting Carrie for the first time, and Dawn. Lady Arbitrage, and just good times. You know, I had met Dave before, so I knew he was crazy already. So it was a new development that Carrie and Dawn were also crazy. Actually, I kind of knew it. So anyway, tons of thank yous to come as well. We'll scatter them in, and everybody who showed up. A lot of YouTubers showed up, but a lot of resellers that are just killer resellers showed up as well. So thank you for Katie Reeds and Dante Prison of Profit for making that massive long trip to come on down there and check us out, and had a good time with them too. So anyway, thank you to everybody out there who came. We appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you next